Welcome back to Ralph's house. I'll tell you what, guys, we keep working, we're fighting the battle, we put paint on, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, but we keep on charging. That's what's going to make it work. Tell you what, I picked up a smaller brush because I'm horrible about working big brushes. This to me is a small brush. It looks like it's about a 3/8 inch. I don't take all a half or a quarter, it don't matter. You work with what you're comfortable with. But let's see if we can't do some little detail here. I want to work on some of this stuff on the barn. Again, as you can tell, I love my ultramarine blue. A little bit of burnt sienna, mix the two together. It just gives me a good dark color that's you can see through, a good shadow color. And now let's get some details. Let's get this barn drawn a little bit. Carry it back into the barn, some of this color back into here on the post, and let's do that. Let's get it back in there on the ground where the shadow of the barn is. You just draw it, just scrub it. And think about it. So I'm going to keep that light right over that ridge. Let's make it look like that light's coming from behind the barn. Let your brush strokes show. Don't be afraid to do that. Again, before last time we were stopping, I got a whiskey barrel sitting here. This neck of the woods, we're kind of famous for Jack Daniels around here. So I'm not worried about the color so much. I want it dark because that's going to be the shadow behind the whiskey barrel. Got to have the whiskey barrel on top of it. I got to put my windows in. Ooh. Ooh. And again, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, kind of mix the two together. You can go more towards the red or you can go more towards the blue. Let's see what it's giving us. And I like that. Just take some more of that, a little more of that. Let's develop the edges of that roof. Now a metal roof is not flat. See, it's kind of, these old metal roofs are kind of crooked a little bit. We ain't afraid to do that. There's my hayloft door. Let's straighten it up a little bit. A little more dark right back in there. At the bottom of the door. Come around. Just see in your head where you want this to go. Again, let's get this little edge going right along here. Catch it like that. Just kind of get a few strokes in here for the roof. For the metal. So we're just trying to establish a little bit more about where this is going to be. Remember we had that old wheel leaning against the barn? Those are all little wheels standing here. This old wagon wheel that the farmer had. Again, I work with a big brush. That's the shadow. I ain't done the wheel yet. It's hard to paint a shadow behind the wheel. So we'll let that go there. I'm kind of lose. I'm going to take a little bit drier brush, pull a few strokes down. It's actually dirty. Let's do it, pull them up from underneath. This is going to give us the kind of the bottom edge of the barn. Pull some of those into it. Where the mud splashes up on down at the bottom. I want to get that edge right across here. Just hit it right here. That's what they built the second floor on, so we've got to have that there. So you're kind of looking at what you're painting and you're picking up some details there. Let's do that. Pull a few again, pull some, don't be afraid to pull strokes. Because we're going to put more paint on top of it. Again, you have to have dark under it to make it work. When I've got this color, let's get this barn down here, or this house. This is the old house. This is where the old man lives. He had a chimney. Let's get that chimney developed there a little bit. So you have the chimney coming down the side. I want the shape. I haven't painted the colors yet for like the rocks, that kind of stuff. We're just going to have that in there. That's kind of the shape we wanted it to be. Maybe a few. See, this was his log cabin, so we'll put a few logs going in there like that. Catch some of that in there. Underneath, he's got a covered porch out here on the front. Got the window there, the door right there. This one kind of come out here a little bit. Catch the edge of that barn over there. And put some, let's get that window a little bit darker right up under there. Catch the cabin boards there. Underneath the porch. We're not going to see a whole lot of that. Remember, it's over the edge. But I like that dark color. Oh, there's a tree. One up in the woods over here. We'll catch some of that in there too. When you have that dark color, catch in some trees and maybe another little cedar here. Remember, turn your brush. Let's get right over here at the edge of the barn. We'll catch another one here. I like to see the tree. We're just trying to add more depth in here. Again, I got a good dark color. I'm going to kind of use it a little bit. We're just trying to define our picture a little bit, where we want it to go. When I got this dark color, I'm going to be a little bit more dark right back here behind the barn. Some of these closer up trees, especially lose that hard edge right there. Lose that down here. So barn's been around a long time. Still good edge here. By laying paint on top of paint, so it just builds up layers. Like some of that. I'm going to carry some of that over here to the foreground. I'm not afraid to carry a color I like. I'll play with it everywhere. So let those strokes show through. You're going to need those before we're done. Tell you what, I'm ready to start putting roofs on this barn and on this house and cleaning it up a little bit. Y'all come back and see what we can do with this.